Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to go over my Kaido deck that I have put together since STO10 has come out. Has really helped Kaido out. So we're going to go through the deck. I'm going to show you the cards, what I run. We'll do a match on the sim so you guys can see how it runs. I will show the card list towards the end of the video before we go to the sim. And guys, if you are interested in trying it out, try it out, change it up, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you smash that like button, comment down below what you think, and subscribe to the channel. It's all free. So let's get into it. So we've got the Kaido leader. Now, since the ST10 deck has come out, I have really been playing this card, and it's like leader. It's been really enjoyable. So his ability is -7 Don back to the Don deck and trash one of your opponent's life cards. So that goes straight to trash. They don't get it at all. Goes straight to trash. They lose that life card. So he is really good. What I run in that deck now, since the ST10 has come out, which has really helped Kaido and Magellan. But I thought Kaido, just to change it up, he was one of the first ones I did play. So we have Heat. This is from the ST10 deck. Heat is a 3-cost 4k power and is a 1k counter. Heat's ability is when a Don card on your field is returned to your Don deck, this character gains 2000 power until the start of your next turn. So it's a really good card. I really think it's a good card. Especially good to play out on 3 if you don't have your island yet, and then your next turn you're at 5. You can play out Magellan. Magellan minuses a Don back, gives this 2k power. There's ways you can play this. It's actually really viable, I believe. So we have 4 Sakazuki. So Sakazuki is a 3-cost 4k power with 2k counter power. You put 1 Don under the character when it's on field, and when you can actually attack with it. When attacking, you may trash 1 card from your hand, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and rest it. So he is all about bringing another Don card out. Don recovery is very good in this deck. If you lack to find island right at the start, you are behind a bit. The earlier you can get the Onigashima Island out, the better. So this one is out of the ST10 deck. Absolutely ripper of a card. It's a 4-cost, 5k power, 1k counter power. It's a blocker, right? But on play, you minus a Don back. And if your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, trash 2 cards from your opponent's hand. So that's actually really good to knock someone's hand down. And this is a better value card than X-Drake now. So it's a blocker and it trashes 2 cards and it costs 1 less. So definitely really good to have in purple. Definitely really good. Khalifa, she is a 4-cost 2k counter power, 4000 power. So her ability is, when attacking, -1 Don, draw 2 cards, trash 1 from your hand. So it's about filtering through your deck to see if you can find the cards you need. So she's really good as a counter, or to actually play her down and swing with her as well. So I run 4 of them. I run 4 of these. I mean, I know the blocker is now better than X-Drake, but X-Drake's still pretty good. Like, he's a 5-cost 5k power with 2k counter, and on play is -1 Don back to the deck and trash an opponent's card. So he's good for counter power. If you need to get rid of 1 card and you don't have the blocker in hand, he does come in handy. Definitely a good card to play or to have in the deck. Now I only run 2 of these because I wanted to run 4 of the blockers, the Trafalgar. But this isn't actually too bad. So he's a 5-cost 6k with 1k counter power, right? But on your opponent's turn, if he's on the field, right? -1 Don, this character gains blocker and 1000 power during this battle. So not only will he block, he will go up to 7k, which is pretty good, I believe. Definitely a viable card to have in the deck also. Now, I run 4 of these, but I've only got 3 of the alt arts. So we run 4 Magellan. It's a really good card. He's got no counter. He's a 5 cost 6k power. And his on-play ability is -1 Don back to the Don deck. Your opponent returns 1 Don card from their field to their Don deck. And the other part on your opponent's turn is when this character is KO'd, your opponent returns 2 Don cards from their field to their deck. So it's about trying to knock back the Don from your opponent. So it's actually a really good card. I play Magellan, so that is in Magellan as well. Queen is a very viable card. He's actually a really wanted card at the moment. A 5 cost 6k power with 1k counter. Queen is a blocker, but on play, -1 Dom back to your deck, draw 2 cards, trash 1. So basically like Khalifa, except you got the blocker ability with this one for an extra cost. Now, I run 2 Kings. King's actually pretty good. Doesn't reach as far as I hope. On play, minuses 1 Dom back to the deck. And it says KO up to one of your opponent's characters, 4 cost or less. So King is actually pretty decent to get rid of the smaller end stuff. So definitely good to have in the deck, just an in case thing. This is my favorite card. I did put it around the wrong way. I was trying to go up counts, but here we go. I run 4 Kaidos. So Kaido is a 9 cost, no counter power, 10,000 power. So Kaido is pretty good. He's an on-play ability, which you -5 Don back to the Don deck, and then KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. This character gains rush during this turn. So not only do you play it down, -5 Don back to the deck, kill something with a 6 cost or less, you can attack with him on the turn you played him. So he's a really, really good card, and I run 4. So this one's a new one. Eustace. So Captain Kidd. He's a 7 cost 8k power. He has no counter power, but his on play ability and when attack ability is absolutely insane. Especially for Kaido. So I could only imagine what it is like in Magellan. I do play Magellan as well. So when you minus a Dom back with Magellan, you get an extra 1,000 power. So he's like beefing up Kaido like Magellan. So on play, -1 Don back to the Don deck, up to one of your leaders gains 1,000 power until the start of your next turn. So you keep that 1,000 extra power on your lead until it's your turn again. Now, I run 4. I've had a 1.2 on the board at the same time, and it makes it a lot harder for people to get around attacking with your lead if they've got to try and do 7k or 7 or 8k swings, depending if you have how many you've got on board at the time. So it is definitely a really good card. Now this is one of my favorite cards as well. So this one is a 10 cost, 12,000 power Kaido card. Now, his on-play ability is absolutely insane. You just got to know when to play this card out. You just can't play this card out willy-nilly. You can lose tournaments over this if you do not play it out properly. On play, -6 Don back to the Don deck. If your leader has an animal, kingdom, pirates type, KO all characters other than this character. So when you play this out, you play it out, you minus your 6 Don back, you KO all other characters on your board and your opponent's board, except for this one. So you basically wipe their board they've just built up. So you can't have 2 less of a life with Kaido. If you're down to 2 or 1, probably would not be a good idea to do it unless you can survive to that next turn. But definitely a good card to wipe the opponent's board. It frustrates a lot of people. I run 1 Blast Breath. So it's a cost 1 event and it's a counter. So you -1 Don back to the Don deck. Your leader your leader or one of your characters gains 4,000 power during this battle. Cheap and not too bad. I run 2 Judgment of Hell. So this is on, obviously counter means on your opponent's turn. So you got to have these dons set as active. So previously you got to have 1 don up. At least 2 don up for one of these. You minus one of your dons back to the deck and give up to a total of 2 of your opponent's leader or character minus 3,000 power during this turn, which is a really, really good card. So this will mess up their play. So they go to attack you with a character, right? And they got, let's say, 3 or 4 characters on board, one's a block or whatever. When you play this out, you can either minus the power off the character that's attacking you, or go for the next 2 lot of characters that you're gonna know that's gonna attack you, because they need to don management this to make sure they can keep getting future attacks through. If not, you've just messed up their whole turn. So this is a really good card to shake things up. We run 2 Thunder Bagwas, so it is also a counter, so it's on your opponent's turn. 2 don again, you will need active. Your leader of one of your characters gains 4,000 power during this battle. If you have 2 or less life cards, add 1 don card from your deck and rest it. So it's really good to rest don cards. And its trigger is add 1 don card from your don deck and set it as active, which also works if you don't have any don up and you've got a Blast Breath in hand. The trigger, I'm sorry about that, I'll read the trigger for this one. The trigger, if your opponent has 6 or more don cards on their field, your opponent returns 1 don from their field to their don deck. So it kind of makes the opponent neg a don back to the deck to help your game. So this is what you call a stage card for anyone that is learning One Piece, starting out, watching videos just because they like One Piece. This one is what I was talking about earlier on. This is Onigashima Island. So you pay 3 to play Onigashima Island out. You can straight away use the main to bring a don out rested from the deck, from the don deck. So you may rest this stage. If your leader has Animal Kingdom Pirates type, add 1 don card from your don deck and rest it. So this is about getting ramped with don, so you can get 2 more don than your opponent faster. So instead of just getting 2 don per turn, you're going to get 3 don per turn. And depending what other don recovery cards you have in the deck, that will also help you get more dons. Now that we've gone through this, we will go on to the sim. I'll play a game. I'll show you guys before I play the game what my deck list is. So I'll catch us over onto there. Okay guys, so this is the Kaido list that I run, that I just went through with all those cards. Now we're going to go into a match, and I don't know what we're going to play against, but we'll play against something just to show you guys how it runs and how decent it is compared to how the old Kaido was. This is definitely a lot better. So if you guys want to check the list out, change a few things up, give it a crack, have a go at it. It's definitely fun. Alright, we're going up against a Kinemon deck. This one should be really interesting. Green into purple is always a very interesting matchup. If only I had the other blocker. Alright, so we don't have to keep this alive because it's going to die anyway. Alright, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get this. Alright guys, that's a wrap on today. Thank you so much for stopping by, checking out the stream, checking out the deck profile. I couldn't quite get a proper win. Each time I was actually playing against people in a match, it would either drop out right at the start because they didn't want to verse me, or they would what we call disconnect as soon as they know they're lost. So that's the best I could get done for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoy the content. Smash the like button, comment down below what you think of the deck, subscribe. It's all free, legends, and I'll catch you all on the next one.